Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another video by your girl, your big bubbly beauty. It's great to see you all again, so ignore the atrocious lighting. Today is going to be a sewing video where I basically chaotically try to sew a dog bandana for my dog and a little bow for my other dog for her collar in an hour because it's already Christmas. So I might have procrastinated this a little bit too much, but let's see what we can do. So I will be honest that sewing has become my recent obsession. So I've been doing a lot of trying to at-home projects, make stuff. I've collected a ton of fabric that is now in my storage section. It makes me so happy to look at. And I just really like making fun, unique pieces, and there's just something special about it being homemade. So I really wanted to make something for my dogs for Christmas because I got this beautiful, beautiful Christmas print, and let's just get into it. Let's try this. So this here is the absolutely adorable, adorable Christmas print that we are going to try to make a dog bandana out of. Now, my plan is pretty simple, not gonna lie. I was debating on making my own pattern for this stuff and I was like, nah, never mind. I'm just gonna make it simple and do like a essentially 16-inch square. I measured my dog's neck as like 13, so I figure like 16-inch square, fold it in half, and then sew it so that I can fold it right side out, and then just sew it a tiny bit, and it will basically be a double-sided triangle. We'll see if it works. I am not working on a pattern here. Should I iron this? Yes, probably. Am I going to? No, I'm just using this triangle ruler thing. I'm just a little rotary cutter. Fortune favors the bold. Let's just cut. Actually cut for me. Sometimes it like sticks. I don't know why. Now we have our relatively square shaped piece of fabric. The other thing I want to make is just like a little bow. Should be a lot easier because I'm just going to make a tube and then fold that tube right side out. Is it scientific? Absolutely not. Chaos is fine. Chaos is fine. And we have lots of fabric left over. No idea what it'll become, but it'll become something. So here's a plan. Basically, this edge, basically sew it till about here. And then I'm going to leave a gap till about here. And then I'm going to sew all the way around. Now this is right sides together, wrong sides up and facing out. And basically then my plan is to turn it right side out and then sew the gap closed. I may or may not put a stitch to make it lie flat all the way around. Have not decided that yet. Probably won't because I'm lazy. I might just iron it flat. We'll see. But here we go. I pray to the sewing machine gods that this works. Sewing this little side first. I don't think I got far enough to the corner. It's like that from the edge of my nail all the way out to the edge that's left. So I don't know if I'll sew that shut or not. It's a dog bandana. I don't think he's gonna care. I more care that my sewing machine felt like it was burning a little bit. Actually, there. Lift the pad, turn it around, and then keep going. Ta-da! A sewed edge. I did it all the way to the edge this time. Around. And I love doing that like turn trick. It's so much nicer for corners. You just kind of like flip and turn. Love it. I don't know where I learned that trick, but it's very useful. Now, let's turn this thing right side out. I left myself quite a large gap because I'm not good at this, so we will see. Turn, 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 turn. I'm gonna have to use something in the corner. That's fine. Now, I don't know what you guys use to push your corners out, but I just use a good old-fashioned knitting needle. Let me know what you use in the comments down below, but I just use this knitting needle because why not? I do use the soft end to start with just because I don't want to punch a hole in my fabric that I worked so hard to sew. Nice crisp corner there. Am I giving myself a pat on the back? Yeah, why not? myself because it's kind of fun when you go off label and it still works. Now, if I was being proper, I go around the whole edge of this with a stitch. Here, I don't know how well you can see this, but basically you have the gap that you had left open and you just kind of roll the one edge in and roll the other edge in until they meet, and then you pin that shit down so it don't gap. I just like to stab it through the center so I have a starting point, and then I work my way backwards to when it like actually gaps. Put another pin in there so I know how far to sew. So that's about where it starts. Now with this one, I always make it a really like close to the edge stitch. I usually line it up with the side of my plate. Normally it's supposed to be center. I was supposed to be doing it center. Didn't realize it wasn't. Gonna be to the side now, like it was. It's fine. And line it up with the edge of the plate so that way you actually catch the seam. As you can tell, I got really lucky there because I did not thread my bobbin nearly enough and it ran out, but luckily it ran out after I was done. So yeah, that was lucky. And there you have it. There is your double-sided bandana for a pet. Now you could iron it down flat so these seams and these corners are nice and crisp, or you could do a little stitch along the edge after you iron it to make it sit flat. Just due to time constraints, I might come back and do that later, but for tonight, because I don't want to be here for forever, this is as far as we go. This is as far as we go because yeah, I'm tired. Part A done. I'll show you photos or videos of it on my dog after, but that is cute, cute little Christmas bandana. The ribbon, nope. Don't want to stab myself with the scissors. Why did I decide to do both of them tonight? I don't know. Anyways, please let me know why I'm crazy. But on with the ribbon. Same kind of idea, but we're just making a giant tube because I'm just basically tying this in a bow on my dog's D-ring concept. Simple. Right side, wrong side, go right sides together, and then you just sew it along the tube. I'm gonna pin this because it's very flimsy, flippy fabric. I'm probably gonna try and sew it as close to the edge as possible because it's not very wide and I forgot to bake in a seam allowance. That's my fault. Flashback to, this is fine. No, it wasn't. What if we instead did this? And then it's much shorter, but also much fatter, which would be fine for the bow that I want to just tie on the D-ring. Let's do it this way. So because this end is folded, obviously you're gonna have a closed end and then you're gonna sew the two edges straight down on either side, and then this end at this end you're gonna use to flip it right side out, and then at the very end, same thing as with the triangle, you're gonna then sew that. But showing is better than telling, so let's pin this bitch. Now, when I turn my corners, I still backstitch just in case something happens, just in case. So I always trim the threads in between my steps because it makes it easier and then my sewing machine doesn't break. All right, I should probably close that. So now comes my least favorite part, which is turning this dang thing right side out. I hate it, I hate it. Starting it is always the bitch. Again, handy dandy knitting needle. Once you've got it started, then it becomes less annoying because then you kind of just do this until you get to the end, and then you just pull it till it sausage tubes right side out. Look at that. And then of course I go back in with my knitting needle again. I just like them because they're long and usually not pointy enough to ruin things for me. Now there are tools and stuff you can use for that, the corners especially. Do I use them? Nah. Where's the fun in that? Same thing as before. The reason why I left a little bit extra on the ends was so that I could actually fold it in nicely. So realistically, you're gonna sew it shut like that, and then it's done. This is it. Do a stitch all the way around the edges so it'll lie nice and flat after ironing it, and then you would be done. But because it's late and it's Christmas and I want some sleep before the actual festivities of my family, I am done for now. I mean, for next year I might end up fixing the edges before I put it on my dogs for next year. But again, this is a dog bandana. Let's see if it actually fits me. Again, horrible lighting. Oh no. Well, actually it does. It does kind of fit. I will insert some clips of my dogs wearing this on Christmas Day, and I will see you next time, beautiful people. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas. Bye!